Hey guys, welcome back. We know, we know, like you are doing your job or your work, but you got a great startup idea, and this time it's for a fintech industry. You might have an idea for saving accounts or saving money or investment, mutual fund, real estate setup, anywhere where you are managing the finance of the people. Your idea seems good, but now you want to implement it and test it. As you are not a tech guy, we know like you are not a tech guy, like you are a normal guy, but your idea is something which involve technology. So now, looking at your problem, looking at a situation, we are going to discuss how you will get a successful fintech application developed by any company. What all parameters you need to measure, what all process is going to be, what all steps are there, and which are the critical factors which we need to consider, and which are the factors which we can automate and get the best result. At the end of this video, you will definitely be sure, like if you follow each step the way we have explained step by step, you will definitely get a successful application without bugs, something which people will love and people can give you a right feedback, or hopefully you can get a good investment on the same. So let's begin the process. Okay, so as you can see, today we are going to discuss like how to make a financial saving and investment application. Now these type of applications are actually doing good and very well known in the market. Today, as you can see, the financial industry is growing very high, and by 2025 it is expected to grow around 20 to 25% of its current capability. It can be around 164 billion and more. So that is something like people are moving more toward financial applications. People are actually using them for managing their work, for managing their investment, for managing and earning money and many more things. Here we are actually discussing some of the successful financial applications we have reviewed, and we have checked around on the same. Honeydew. Honeydew is something like which allow two people to collaborate and do the savings or do the investment or manage the account. This is good, like if you are a couple or if you are two people together, you have multiple joint accounts, so you can see how the expenditure is being done, where it is done, and how to manage it out. EMA. Now EMA is very much interesting thing. People actually loved it. The reason is they analyze your subscriptions. Many times we do subscription all around the world, but we forgot, we don't use it, and monthly we get it, some payment cuts, and in our monthly statement we see like where all these are getting cut, but we don't have a time or energy, or actually don't remember where to get it cancelled. So EMA get that thing done for us. It is something like they help us to analyze our subscription and remove some unwanted one. Telus is something like a real estate and investment setup. It is something like there you manage your investment, put it down in the real estate, and as well as you can manage your real estate locality, or you manage your real estate properties and their onboarding system to earn the income easily. So overall, these are some quick ideas which I want to tell you, like these are some popular quick ways where people are preferring it for finance segment or a fintech application. However, adding to this, there are many more which you can see, like there are people who work on mutual funds, there are people who work on investment and many more, and these are growing rigorously. So now let's go a bit deep in building a financial saving and investment application for you. So as we understood, you got an idea, you got a whole setup, and now what should be the first step? The first step should be like you need to decide your SDLC, that is software development life cycle, that you need to discuss with your software development team which you are finalizing, and check it out. Definitely for fintech and finance one, agile process goes well, because agile is a step by step process where you collect the requirement, do the analysis, do the designing, coding, testing, maintenance, again collect the requirement. It is not like the whole application would be developed in one go and provided to you. These are like the modules wise module, the step would be done, and this helps you to see what is happening, why is happening, how it is conquering, how it is developing, and how the setup is working around. Define the scope of the project. This should be your next step. Once you know, like we need to work on the agile one, you and your team has finalized it. Now what should be the scope and what we need to consider in the scope? First of all, as you are not a technical guy, but you want your product to be used by the customer. So think from the customer point of view. Always think from the customer point of view and their analysis point of view, because that will make it successful. See the pain points, like what are the pain points you are actually resolving. See on the main focus, or your main focus should be on the pain points, and your main or the core functionality should be those. You also need to give them a better UX UI experience, a designing phase, because they should not get confused when they onboard, like what they are doing or how they are doing and why they are doing. So there are many things which need to be work around in the whole setup. So these all things which we need to consider when defining the scope. But definitely for defining the scope, you need to write down all the functional and the non-functional requirement of your project. Functional include all the functionalities, and non-functional include all which are not functional but still a core part. Have actually made a separate video on how to what are functional and non-functional, and also how to write a functional document scope. So definitely if you get a time, do go through it. But defining a proper scope of the project and making a documentation is a backbone. If you have done that properly, if you have reviewed your customer properly, if you have worked out on the pain first, then it is something like you are saving thousands of dollars and you are creating something really valuable. That is going to happen if you spend time in this phase. Then the next phase comes where we need to put all the important critical factor together. Now these important factors are actually the part of the value addition which you want to provide to the customer. It can be multilingual, it can be the type of security you want, it can be the type of technology you want to apply, it can be like you want to go with the open source, secure and fast technology, the cloud services, APIs, third party integration. Like, you need to put down all the important aspects. I mean to say all the important aspects in the document, so that people can, the developers should get an idea, or the particular aspect is ready, like okay, these are the level, or this is the foundation which we are going to work out, or this is the segment which we need to take care. Then now we have to go to the effective strategy of app security. Till now, where we have reached, just let's review. Number one, we have started with our SDLC, that is software development lifecycle. Then we have to go with our documentation process. Then we have to go with our all effective setup. In between, we also need to go with our scope, like how the customer is going to work out, what pain we are providing, and what all things we are sorting. So till now we are ready with our documentation. Till now we are ready with our scope, and also till now we are ready with a final technological plan. Now the next step comes is the app security. This is very important in the financial application. It is important for all application nowadays, but finance is a critical part, because you need to be compliant with the finance industry. You need to avoid injections or broker authentications. You need to add multiple authentication process. You have to use hybrid cloud infrastructure. You need to use AES 256 encryption, cyber security implementation, firewall, antivirus. These all things need to be implemented while development only. It should not be the end part, because then it will create a loophole. Also, while testing also we have to take care of all these things, because these are the critical factors which we need to consider. Now then we need to choose the cloud services. That is the next phase. Now we are ready with our documentation. We know what type of security we need. Now where to implement it and why. So nowadays these things are implemented on the cloud. People are preferring AWS, Google Cloud and many other services. Why the cloud? The reason is very simple. It is scalable. It can be grow as big as needed, and more importantly, they have enhanced technology where we may need to avoid developing backend. We can easily secure the things in their setup, and they do provide some set of security which we require to set up. So it is something like they are a win-win situation scenario. For example, when we work with AWS Amplify, we may not need to create a backend, because that thing is developed by them, and we just need to set up the APIs in such a way it can easily integrate with the mobile app. Push notification easily integrate. So that can save the time, energy, and also make the thing more secure. Then from a dev team, we need to organize the thing properly. Now we have everything. We were at that time where we have created the functional document, we discussed the security, we know the infrastructure, the cloud services which we want to work. Now we have to work and organize the dev team, because these are the core part. The process goes step by step. First we need to go for the UI or UX process, then the documentation and UX and UI will create the web app, Android, iOS, whichever you need right now. They will create it out, they will do the testing, they will put down the engines. Then what all things we need to include? Generally when we work with the dev team and an organized dev team, then we have a daily update system. We have a system where, we have a weekly calls. We have a system where we all follow up a timeline, and we assign the tasks to each other and follow up how they work it out. So overall this scenario is good to go and workable in the whole setup. Now test devices. This is also a critical factor which I took to, or which is the considerable part right now. Earlier, people used to develop and test at the end, and then it is something like, the life cycle of the whole development takes more time. But nowadays with the help of cloud testing services like pCloudy or Lambda test or something like that, where you can easily test the things on the instance. You can make a auto scripts, you can actually test while developing, and you can do the setup so quick and so smooth, like it look very easy, as well as many bugs and many errors are resolved at the time of development only. So overall this make the setup more good and efficient. Overall, once you do these all things, so try to remember like all the critical steps which we discussed. We started with, again, with our whole setup. Like we started with our scope, we started with our software development life cycle, then documentation, then security, then cloud services which we are using, then how we are going to work with our developer team and how we will organize them with the Scrum setup. Then we discuss about what all way which we are going to implement the technology, and now we are very much ready to get it developed. Now you can get it developed by these steps. These are some basic process. Our main intention was to get to know, like you need to follow the steps in the sequence. If you directly go to a development team and ask them to develop, they may start but they may end with something wrong or with something which you don't want. But if you follow this process and you get the development at very end, but still with this process you are very much good at getting something which is actually needed by the people, or almost your idea is replicate in a development technology form. So with this, I just want to tell you guys, like, go for it, but go with the perfect process, perfect steps, and definitely make sure like everything is developed while testing, documented, and it evolved, because these things need your a perfect ideation. Your idea need to be replicate on the mobile or web app, so they need a pure form of process which we have discussed now. Still, if you guys have any question, any doubt, we love to discuss that with you. You can anytime contact us. Our detail would be provided below, and definitely we'll love to discuss and guide you in the same. Thank you. Have a great day.